many people, and that's a shame unto them, man. All right, it's becoming a shame. All right, going back to the 50s, the 40s, it wasn't a shame back then. Back then they were walking around proud, arrogant, you know. Now you go around all these other countries, they're talking against them, man. What's his name? The prime minister of or the president of the Philippines, he's been cursing out the so-called white man. All right. And American is just a code word for the so-called white people in America. Okay, we ain't talking about you Jakes. Okay, he's talking about the so-called white people. All right, talking about how the wickedness that they've done to our people, the Israelites. Okay, you have them speaking about that. You have the Filipino president speaking about that. Okay, you also had the president of Iran, the previous president, Ahmadinejad. He cursed them out, man. All right, spoke about slavery and all that, what they did to the Native Americans and all that. Okay, so guess what? That all your history is becoming a shame unto you. All right, you have certainly you that's trying to hold on to that pride, but then you have the other side that's trying to do away with that shameful history. Okay, but the Most High, regardless of what happens, the Most High is still going to judge you. Okay. This is Habakkuk 2. What is this? Verse 12 now. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity, man. And that's how these Edomites have built this. You see Canada, America, they built it by blood. They didn't build it by righteousness. Okay? They built it by blood. All right? Bloodshed. All right? Of our people, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Negroes, the Latino tribes, all right? That was by bloodshed, okay? So it says, woe, let me read that again. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity, man. And that's how they built everything that they have, man. It's by blood and by iniquity, man. So the Most High said destruction unto you, okay? The Most High is going to bring that destruction. All right. Let's get Numbers 35 and 33. All right. Okay, this is Numbers 35, verse 33. All right, and it reads: So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land could not be cleansed thereof, be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Okay? So that tells you how to clean the land of the blood that was shed therein. Okay? So right now you're standing on a gravesite, man. Alright? Native Americans, so to speak. Alright? So-called the Gadites according to the Bible. Okay? So it said the blood cannot be cleansed except by shedding of the blood of them that shed it. All right? So these Edomites, these so-called white people, that's what's going to happen. That's the next step. All right? The Most High is going to bring a destruction upon them. Thus saith the Bible. All right? Let me read that again. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. All right? And the land could not be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it, man. All right? And we read Isaiah 14 and 21. It said that prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, man. So just because those people are not here today, doesn't mean that tab doesn't have to be paid. Okay? Because according to the Bible, there's something called reincarnation, man. All right? So you are your forefathers, man. Okay? You go up to the spiritual world. The Most High gives you your judgment, and you come back down in a body, man. All right? So you Edomites are your forefathers, man. Okay? So the judgment that's set for your forefathers is really set for you. Okay? Let's continue in Habakkuk, man. I'm gonna finish up Habakkuk. Alright? And it reads, Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, and the waters cover the sea. All right, and that's what's happening, man. The glory of the Lord, all right, the knowledge of the glory of the Lord is being spread around the planet Earth right now, man. All right, via the brothers, man. The brothers out here pushing this truth out, man. Okay? And guess what? This truth is making these Edomites uncomfortable. All right, but that's good because these Edomites have done nothing but wickedness across the planet, man. All right, so the Most High set it up where now they're gonna feel that shame. Now they're gonna feel that that reproach. Okay? Let me get I'm gonna get Malachi 1 and 4, man. You know, because they like to paint the picture as if the Most High, according to the Bible, he doesn't hate, he loves all nations. All right? There's no such thing as judgment. Yes, there is such thing as judgment, man. The Most High sets judgment upon the planet Earth. When you come back into the body that you're in. All right? That's when your judgment plays out. It doesn't play out in the spiritual world. All right? So these Edomites that are out here today, all right, that have done all that wickedness that we're speaking about, okay, with Columbus, all right, with all the slavery, the death of the so-called Native Americans, all that, all right, the Most High is going to pay them back in this time, all right? The Most High is going to pay them back in this time. Because once that World War III pops off, the Lord is going to come in the midst of that, and he's going to take over the crowns of all these different kings, man, all right? He's going to take over their crowns, and the nation of Israel is going to be ruling over their enemies. All right? And the chief enemy that we have are these so-called white people, these Edomites. Okay? They're the top enemy that we have on the planet. All right? So the Most High said what? He said that he's going to bring vengeance upon the enemies of Israel, man. All right? So the vengeance is going to be coming, man. All right? And that's why we're happy that Trump is in office, man. Because he's going to bring that World War III. You can clearly see it, man. All right? He's going to be the one. All right? I can't see there being anyone else. He's going to be the one. All right? To have the horn, 10 horns turn on the horn. He's going to be the one. Okay? This is Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? All right, that's what Israel, that's what our people are saying to the Lord. All right, wherein have you loved us? Because you look at our condition. All right, we're in the ghettos, we're in the first fired, last hired. All right, so he's like, where have you loved us? That's what our people are asking the Most High. All right. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau, man. All right, so we're Jacob, right? We're descendants of Jacob. So he said he loved Jacob, but he hated Esau, man. Which is who these so-called white people descend from. They descend from Esau, man, according to the Bible. All right, which are Edomites, man. Okay. So he said he loved Jacob, he loved our people, but he hated the so-called white people, the Edomites, Esau. All right. But look at the position that they're in compared to us. That's what our people are seeing in here. All right? But what does the Lord say? He says this. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. All right? When did he say that? He said that in the Renaissance period, man. They came back into power, all right? Because at one point, they were on the bottom, okay? They were serfs. All right, going back to the Europe. All right, the so-called black people ruled Europe during the Byzantine Empire, man. Okay, contrary to popular belief. All right, the knights in shining armor, all that. All right, you go into the czars of Russia even. All right, their descendants go back to so-called black people, man. All right, Shakespeare, all the great music, Beethoven. How are we the greatest in music right now, and then before what we were doing? You know, we're just chilling. Come on, man. All this genre of music you see comes from us, man. All right? So the same thing from back then, man. First of all, we're the people of God, man. Okay? We're the chosen people of the Most High. That's why we have all this talent, man. All right? It's not because it fell not from practice, man. All right? It's because the Most High bestowed it unto us, man. All right? We continue with this one. All right? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. So according to the scriptures, the Lord has indignation against these Edomites forever, man. All right? It ain't gonna, they're just ruling to fulfill prophecy, man. All right? So as soon as their time is up, bam. Okay? And we're gonna take all of them and put them right into slavery, man. Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah 14 and 2. Let me start from Isaiah 14 and 2. All right? Because that's the judgment for these Edomites. All right? They did all this to the chosen people of God, all right, which is now coming out who we are. So they're going to have to pay that judgment. And that judgment is a high bill. It's a very high bill to pay. All right? This is Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people should, Salaki, I'll start at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. All right? So who were we captive under? All right? We were captive under these Edomites, man. These so-called white people. All right? So the Most High said what? He said, Israel, we're going to take them captives, whose captives we were. Okay? Which means what? We're going to pay them back. Like it says in Revelations 13 and 9. Let me read that again. All right? And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. All right? So we're going to put these devils, these Edomites, these so-called white people in slavery. All right? That's a prophecy according to the Bible. All right? Going back over 1,000 years, man. All right? Or 2,000 years, I should say. Okay? So that's the prophecy. That's the judgment for that. All right? The Most High is a just power. He's not going to let somebody do all this wickedness and then nothing